We're here this afternoon with Katie Morse of Radian 6. Katie is community manager with the company, and many of us in the PR circles know that Radian 6 is looked upon as probably the most renowned measurement for social media in the industry. Katie, social media, you can't really be social without community. What type of tips can you give us on building an online presence and a community of people will spread the word for our brands and for our clients?
One of the best things I would say is remember to say thank you. Your customers should be an integral part of your community, whether right now they buy products and talk to people about them or just buy and then go away. If they send a compliment out online, if you see it in a tweet, maybe a blog post, saying thanks is a huge way to just remind them that you're there. It's nothing major, but a little thanks goes a long way oftentimes. I would also say pay attention to where your audience exists online. If they're not on Twitter, if they're not on Facebook, you may not necessarily need a presence right there right now. Ours for Radian 6, we're all over the place. So our community team is really all over the place, but that's predicated by our audience. So you have to know your audience, know the way that they want to be communicated with. Some forms of communication are going to work better than others. Some platforms are going to be more successful than others. But it's people talking to people behind those silly computer screens. So remember that. Don't talk to them like an automatron. You do have to remain within your corporate messaging and obviously make sure to not sort of, say anything too out of line, but humor is completely allowed. Sarcasm is completely allowed. You're a person talking to a person, so things like saying sorry, thank you, hey, how's your day going? Oftentimes it goes a long way to building a really successful community because people know that you care. And that's another big thing. You have to care because if you don't, it's completely apparent.
What are some of the communities you look to as a good example of what we should do when we are trying to build community for our clients and for our brands?
Honestly, I think a lot of companies have really good online communities, although they may not be in what we consider, sort of an online community area. So it's not like you're going to just one specific website to communicate with people. Communities can be amorphous. They don't necessarily need to be corralled. I know Fiskars with the Fiskateers has a hugely passionate online community. Sharpie as well has a really great online community. Comcast has really developed a community of advocates actually around customer service. I've noticed some of my friends even saying, when somebody tweets about having a Comcast issue, pointing them in the direction of Comcast Cares or somebody on Frank's team. So that's a little bit of a different application of what you would consider an online community since they're really focused on customer service. But I've noticed it, and I'm not even a Comcast customer, that their current customers are coming to the aid of other customers and helping point them in the right direction.
Give us, in closing, one tip on getting started forming community for our clients and for our brands.
I want to say listen first, because without listening, you're not going to know what they're talking about, you're not going to know where they're talking about it, and you're really not going to know any of the general rules of engagement that the community seems to have formed on their own before you get involved. So listening, very important first step.
Well, Katie Morse, Radian 6, thanks for spending time with us, and we look forward to a very insightful afternoon of dialogue with you.
Thanks so much.